Hi, family. How y'all doing today? You know what? I'm gonna get straight to the point. So, I want to know how y'all feel about this. If society sees our children as adults at the age of 18, that means they can do a lot of things. But by age 21, they can do a little bit more, right? So, they're giving them leeway, experience life at your level and rate at 18 because you're now a young adult. But we as parents, I think we forget what it means to be a parent and yet learning and aiding our children as young adults. I think a lot of times we want to sit here and pretend that they don't know what life really is, but yet they're given the opportunity to have a girlfriend, a car, their own apartment, and things like that because now they're aiding themselves in becoming adults, right? And if they commit a crime at any level and rate, they're going to be charged according to what their actions have done, correct? But why is it that as parents, we want to hold on to the leash and lose control of ourselves because we're so afraid to take off the leash and say enough is enough? When your children come to you with their relationship, why you get so involved as if it's your relationship? Susie, you better give my son back his stuff. I'ma get such and such to whoop your behind. Why are we doing all of that? We don't need to do all of that. We need to mind our business. Give them a word of wisdom. Hey, listen, young lady, I know what it's like to hurt and be pained because of some of the things that you experience in life. But is this what you really want? Or, son, sit down. Let me explain something to you. Is this a need for mom and dad to jump into your situation? Because if I jump in it now, you're going to always look for me to jump in it later. What I can do is give you some word of wisdom. Talk to the young lady. Hear her out. Understand what she's talking about because we did it and we've done it already and we know what it turns out to be if we don't gain control. Instead of us walking around with so much depression, unable to sleep and having low energy, sad and hopeless and irritable. Instead of just living like that, y'all, we got to do something different. We got to stand up for each other and know like when it's time to let the leash off our children, it's a time to say, you know what, son, how do you desire to handle the situation? Daughter, how do you desire to open up about the situation? Instead of us always trying to handle it for them, how else do we expect them to learn? We have to stop being blinded to our own transformation by sitting here trying to tell them how to handle their situation when you and dad got things that y'all need to handle. We all are evolving day by day, so it's no point of us sitting up here trying to pretend like, things aren't changing in our lives. But as we change, we have to know that we're aiding ourselves in our becoming. And as I grow, you grow. So I'm going to help you where I can. But some things children got to learn how to do on their own. Otherwise, they're going to always look for a handout. And then you trying to figure out why they 30 years old, 40 years old, still sleeping on your couch. Or why they keep coming to your house trying to find out if they can get a meal. Because you won't let the leash off and say, hey, don't you got a woman? If not, you need to go get one. Don't you got a man? Why he not taking care of you? We have to learn to talk to our children like this so that they can stop thinking that they deserve a handout. Go get your own. Strive for your own relationship. Develop these skills now instead of running from them later. Learn from the parent. Learn from our mishaps. And we ain't got to repeat the same cycle. I mean, just get it through your minds that karmic cycles are real. If we don't get a grips on them and control our behavior, we're going to keep revisiting them. Whether you want to do it or not, your children will have to go through it. And that's the generational curse that we trying to break. We're striving, okay? We will break that. But it's only if everybody have one mindset on one accord. Ashe? All right, peace. Family, let me know how y'all feel though. 18 should be enough to say is now that you are living off word of wisdom instead of me telling you what to do. I'm just saying. Love y'all.